we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Also, a moment of silence. Thank you. I'll proceed with the roll call. Mr. Raymond Camina.
Present.
Carlos Castillo here. Judy Gutierrez.
She's not yet. She's not
Veronica Hernandez. Placita Lopez.
Present.
Jorge Luis Guillen.
Present.
Magali. Michelle Roman.
Here.
Okay. So we have a quorum, so we're going to continue with the next item on the agenda, public or citizen comments. Any comments?
Mr. Chair, before we continue, we have some excused absences for the last couple of
Yes.
months.
So for today's meeting, Judy Gutierrez at the funeral service, so we're introducing her. We have to approve this, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so-
move to excuse Judy. A second.
Second, all those in favor? And I believe we didn't formally approve the last meeting, right?
Correct.
So just have approval for last meeting, we gave an excused absence for Mr. Raymond Camina and Placita Lopez.
I move to excuse Mr. Camina and Ms. Lopez from last week's, the previous month's meeting.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
I'm sorry, you're.
Okay. And before we go any further,
Okay, sorry.
yeah, so we're on the same page. So I wanted to go ahead and introduce our new member. Veronica, would you like to say a little bit about yourself?
Hi everybody, my name is Veronica Hernandez. I was born and raised here in Laredo, Texas. I'm in the restaurant and bar industry. My first bar I opened in Houston, Texas in 2011. My second location was here in Laredo, Texas in 2016. We're going for 10 years this February, and I'm excited to be here. Nice meeting you all.
Thank you.
Which restaurant bar is it?
The Laredo International Office for Wine Grill, behind La Quinta, Palenque.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have that part of the industry represented. in our event.
Thank you. Probably the most important part of the food and beverage industry. Yes. Well, thank you for being here. And just so you know, we have our meetings monthly, and we hope that everyone's able to attend, because as you can see, we needed a quorum, so as soon as we get a quorum, we get this going. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having me.
representing your councilor.
If Magali doesn't show, or is she running late, or has she contacted anybody?
I think she's running late. She
Okay.
hasn't called for an excuse.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, perhaps if there's time, can we just do a quick around the table?
So if you could introduce.
Yeah, just when you say our name and maybe who
Okay,
appointed us.
that's what everybody is. Okay, start with Eileen.
I'm the director for the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I've been with the city for 15 years already. And let me introduce real quick the team. Jose Yervides is our International Relations Coordinator. In addition to the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the tourism part, we also do international relations, so Jose is our coordinator. Silke is our U.S. Marketing Coordinator. Sophia is our sales coordinator in charge of meetings and conventions. Fidel is our sales coordinator in charge of sports, tournament, and leisure. Reina is our Mexican marketing coordinator and also does some international relations. And then Monica, she's our admin.
The glue that holds everything.
Exactly, she's
Okay.
the admin operation. Monica, she does anything like it has to do with finance, with the operation of the office. And we're missing a couple of people are usually in the back, which is Beatriz. Well, Beatriz is our marketing and community liaison person, so anything that has to do with the tours with reaching out to venues, to partners. That's Beatriz. Joel, our assistant director, he's on vacation today, so you see him here. We have Mari Carmen in the front, who's our front desk person, and Benny, who's our maintenance room runner. So that's, did I miss anybody? No, I think I did.
Nice meeting you.
Okay. Thank you.
We can hold that.
I'm Blasita Lopez, and I'm appointed by Councilmember Melissa Cigarro, and I'm actually with an engineering firm, which is very strange. But I used to be CDB, so I used to be City of Laredo.
Plenty of experience.
And I'm Michelle Romani. I was appointed by Councilmember Vanessa Reyes. I also used to be CBB. I was the first project coordinator for the Bureau from 2000 to 2003. And right now I work for the AARP Foundation Senior Community Service Employment Program, where we help the 55+ population find work.
Hello, I'm Raymond Canina. I have a store called Basking Butter Valley on San Bernardo. I represent District 1, Leora Gonzalez.
I'm Jorge Quijano. We already know each other. But I represent Dr. Tyler King.
And I'm Gabriel Castillo, Corporate Marketing Director for IBC Bank. And I get involved in a lot of different things. I trying to wean myself out of everything. It's kind of hard to let the other people get involved. But yeah, for now I'm chairman. Oh, just for now, right? For But yes.
There's a whole year.
Okay, so now, then everyone, I would like to proceed, if everyone's okay with the minutes. And I know the minutes, we get them ahead of time. Thank you all for sending that, Monica. Another one of her jobs is to get us all this information ahead of time. And hopefully we can all review it. If everyone has reviewed it, I entertain a motion to approve the minutes. That's right.
And second.
Okay, first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? None? Okey-doke. Now we review the financials. Covers for that, Ann?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have our financials in page 5 and 6. We are at the tail end of our fiscal year. There was actually a little bit of a budget moratorium and freeze that council passed in recent days, and so we are being very strategic with the expenditures that we have. Based on the instructions by city management. But none of that should affect our regular operation, our mission critical activities, we should be fine. So we are, as you can see, still, and also page 7.
I have a very important question.
Yes,
They're
sir.
not gonna cut back the tacos, right?
We'll make sure that we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We can start a taco fund if things like that, you know.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, at least the CBB features, when I was on the landmark board, we got nothing.
Oh, you know, from two different budgets.
So on page 7, we have our tax collections, and so just for the benefit of Ms. Hernandez, we are the only department in the city that's fully funded by the tax that the visitors pay to the hotels. Mm-hmm. So everything that we do here, everything from our office to our salaries to all the activities, everything that we do is funded solely by the visitors. No local taxes are involved. And so for us, it's very important to keep an eye on those collections to make sure that our budget and our collections are not out of order. So we want to make sure that we keep our budget as approved by council, but that we're also seeing those collections come in at the rate that they should.
And that's why it's so important that all these people do their job, because they're basically the ones that attract the people, makes the people coming, and hopefully everyone stays.
Exactly. So it's hopefully
It's
a circle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose. And hotel occupancy tax for that same purpose has a very strict set of rules, and so we cannot deviate from that when spending. So if we want to go somewhere, or we want to do something, it always has to be taking into consideration the 2-part test that the hotel occupancy tax presents. And so we're always very aware of that, and Monica makes sure that we're even more aware.
And so part of the hotel motel tax also funds some nonprofit organizations that can prove and show that they bring heads to beds. So some organizations do it funding, like I believe WBCA is one of them, they of course attract people and bring them to the city. So that hotel motel tax money goes back to also them. So that they try to divide it as fairly as possible among all the organizations with justified data.
And that goes through, there's two ways. One is through CVB, and the other one is through third-party funding. So when third-party funding goes out, if you had a chance to see yesterday or the day before,
Wednesday meeting.
Wednesday?
No,
Tuesday. Tuesday meeting, there was, community development presented the list of organizations that are gonna be funded by third-party funding. Part of it is, general fund, and part of it is hotel occupancy tax. So if you're getting funded by hotel occupancy tax, you have to follow the same rules that we follow in order to spend the money and get reimbursed, or rather, get reimbursed from the money you spend.
Kylie, in light of that, there was a question that Councilmember Perez asked me to ask in the meeting. With regard to the Airbnb, does it need a legislative fix from Representative Raymond, or can the city start collecting?
We're actually already in the process. I have a meeting tomorrow with Dora Maldonado from the tax department, and we're getting together. Good morning. We're getting together to make sure that we're collecting monies. There's no legislative action. There's no need for a fix. There's no need. There's other cities that are doing it. So we're partnering with we're assisting the tax department in gathering the information necessary so that they can go out and start the process.
Right, because that was one of the hangups at yesterday's meeting, that, for example, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Border Olympics or the Boys and Girls Club, Tito's group.
Border Olympics.
Border Olympics, that they were also using Airbnbs, but there was no way to really track
From the financial statements.
for the
look at it.
financial statements. Right.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to point of order that we have another member.
Yes,
just
we're
arrived.
recognized by God.
Good
Thank
morning.
you.
Good morning.
Just so you know, this is our new member.
And so anyhow, that was one of the questions, and the other question, I'm not sure if I should refer it, well, no, she asked, if, for example, the initiatives like the Taco Trail and the Coffee Trail, if they were generating any kind of buzz among the hotels and the visitors.
Yes, and we have a hotelier here that probably can answer that question.
Yes, I think especially right now that we're seeing higher demand, a lot of travelers towards the summer or
Military.
military, yes, they do appreciate that, and I think it's part of building that Laredo brand, right? And identify ourselves like that we have more to offer than what people usually think just the shopping, or like we have more the cultural sides and of course food is a very big part of our culture, right? So yes, they love that. We do share the tours and the comments, and everybody that has done it, amazing feedback that they,
Thank you. And just to add to that, we've had a lot of interest from media outlets. There's a media outlet that wants to partner with us to do a segment on that, on the tours. And we also have one of the educational organizations that wants to do also partner with us to do like a twist on it, but partnering together. So it's definitely been a couple of activities that are truly extending its life. It's really giving us other opportunities to partner with different organizations so that we can extend its life.
And have y'all maybe considered contacting Good Morning SA, because they do have a Saturday morning program where they do.
We are contacting different media outlets. Most of them you need to pay to be there.
Yeah.
So for example, we were featured in We Are Austin. So We Are Austin did a full feature road tripping, which they have been here for many, many years, every year. And so this year, we were able to get the host from road tripping, Trevor Scott, to come here and do the full feature from Laredo. So he was extremely excited. We walked around downtown. He went to eat different places. And so those opportunities are paid opportunities, but we're always seeking those type of avenues.
It was a great segment, I saw it.
Very good. Yeah, we got some good feedback and good comments and
Also from the Mexican side as well.
Yes.
Multimedios as well.
yes. So we had Viva La Vida, and it's part of the report.
The last question is, I noticed for May, we took a $200,000 drop for, am I reading this wrong?
Yes, so usually, and correct me if I'm wrong, Monica, sometimes it takes a bit of time, it depends on the reporting of not all hotels report at the same time.
Okay.
So some report monthly, some report quarterly, and so sometimes it depends on that, if we get, so I would wait a couple of months to ensure that that's the actual number. And if not, we can go back and, we'll start looking at it and see if there's any issues in May that might happen.
Okay. So just to recap, just so I can tell the council member that there is a correlation with the Taco Trail and there is a collaboration.
There's yes, with the hotels, with media outlets, with higher education. We've gotten a lot of, which is what we want, right? We want to put out there products that can be enjoyed by the visitor, but also by the locals. And so we believe, and we've seen that the coffee tour and the taco trail has started that conversation within locals, where everybody's interested, and it's like, okay, let's participate, let's do something with it, let's give it another twist. So we're truly excited about that.
Okay, because the more we have that local dynamic, the more they engage in
Yes.
social media, which will ultimately, create that buzz.
Exactly, yeah.
I do extensive research on that, and I try to eat as many tacos as I can.
We appreciate that.
Very good.
First hand the research.
I lied, I do have one more question. One of the things, especially with the Border Olympics, was that they couldn't really track the room blocks. Because, is it because they had them under different names? Or?
It's because they don't have specific room blocks. They have, and Tito explained it there, they don't have a specific room blocks. They have, they put it out there, and sometimes they have room blocks. Some people come on their own, some people, so they don't have a way of tracking who came when, because they don't have an actual room block.
Would you all be able to provide them some guidance as to?
They would have to.
It's already out there, that option is there for them, but at the end of the day, we cannot control what the visitor does, right? Like if they wanna use a roof block, or they just wanna use a third-party site, or, yes. They go with what, and usually they're influenced by where they're loyal to a certain third party, or, brand, and they just don't wanna utilize it.
One of the things that we do for other tournaments is we survey. So, and we do this for tournaments and sponsorships. So as you know, we have a program where we sponsor conferences, or we sponsor tournaments coming to the community, and to ensure that we're getting the return for the investment, we survey them. So the whole team has been out during events, Pony, other instances. Border Olympics is a little bit trickier because it's a lot of events, but we have really good communication with Tito, with Orly, and so we'll be happy to sit down with them and figure something where we can maybe do an electronic survey, something like that, where we can help them track stays.
If I may add something with Border Olympics, so what we do is we get the out-of-town team, and we'll just get an estimate of how many players each team has. So if it's an out-of-town team and they have 15 team players, well, that's going to be about 3 or 4 rooms. So we estimate that, we take that, and then we consider the coaches. If there's 4 coaches, that's another 4 rooms. So at least we have an estimate of how many teams are coming in per sport, just by looking at the schedule.
Yeah, and that helps us internally. That might not necessarily help community development tally the amount, but it helps us have an idea of, for us, it makes sense to support them.
I have one last comment. I was the secretary with them for 15 years with Border Olympics, and the main reason that they didn't do room blocks was because they need rate sheets. Every team has a different budget. While some can afford maybe X hotel, this one cannot. So that's why they don't really do room blocks. They ask for CVB to provide rate sheets.
Like what we used to do, where we would send a bid, so to speak, to all the hotels, and they would give us the room rates.
Exactly. That's what they work off of. But the reason they can't do the room block is because every team has a different budget.
Yeah.
And that also wouldn't work for hotels to have blocks of that size when we know that only one hotel will be booked. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for all that information,
Thank
very
you.
good questions and inquiries. So we move on to the,
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. We have our monthly report on page 8. This is a highlight report because we had a lot of things going on this month.
yeah.
I keep joking that I feel like we've had a press conference every week for the last 2 months. But we start with, I don't know if on your way in you saw our wonderful Laredo letters. We're really excited. That was a collaboration between the CVB and United South High School, which we're really excited. They're some of their vocational programs, the construction and assembly and auto body and collision programs under the guidance of Mr. Carlos Lozano. Worked on them, they built them, they painted them, so we're truly excited about that collaboration. As Magali was mentioning, Viva la Vie, so not only we have shows from the US, so this month we have, we are Austin with road tripping here, but we also have the full Viva la Vie morning show, which is a magazine type of, like a Good Morning America type of show, but from Monterrey, and it's a national show in Mexico. So we had them here do their whole show from Laredo, from PEG Energy, which we're very appreciative to the Vaswanis, to the whole organization. Extremely appreciative because we were able to do it from the stadium, and the second from the terrace, and the views were amazing. You can see the field, you can see everything, and so we focused on sports. The focus was on obviously Laredo Heat, Tecos, the Max, anything sports, the sports complex that's coming up, and so they were able to focus and feature all the different.
Is that y'all in the photo?
Yes, this is all. Oh, it's Sofia, Silke, Reina, Beatriz, and myself, and with the Viva la Vie cast. And so this was the.
Those are always so much fun, those projects.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. They as you know, Reina is the unofficial production assistant for the show. Reina has been working with them for.
She's a lot of great experience.
Yes,
I'm
quite a
glad they
while.
listened to her.
So yeah, they recognize that experience, and so that was a very fun thing to do. So now we're partnering with Port Laredo to bring once more the logistics tours. So Casa Laredo is currently focused more on the Port Laredo side, which is a promotion of Laredo as an inland port. And so Casa Laredo is our office in Monterrey. And so they are focused more on the promotion of the port. And so we partner with them to bring Sil Consultores. Sil Consultores is a company from Mexico that does tours, logistics tours for business people, for companies that want to learn more about the logistics process. And so we partnered with them. Joel and Fidel were there welcoming the group. Of course, they're doing ongoing outreach, Fidel and Sofia, and of the different hotels. And we had the opportunity to do a hard hat tour of the DoubleTree.
Oh,
So it's
yes.
pretty cool.
coming up.
When is it opening?
I believe October, did they say October? Yes, October of this year.
I asked because it's close to where I live, and I've been, looking at the progress and the stops and the starts and.
Yeah, no, it's looking really good. So we've had the opportunity to do that.
Is it gonna be a full service?
Yes.
Are they gonna have meeting space or?
Yes,
It's at the same footprint as the Holiday Inn?
No, they have less meeting space than what they used to. It's one space. I think, didn't the Holiday Inn have two?
They had
I remember
one
them
big
having.
space.
Ball.
They
Yeah,
had
ball.
They had the
And then
ballroom, but then they
broke
had breakout rooms
Yeah, they had
upstairs.
upstairs.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's another.
Yeah.
I think it's just the
The
ballroom.
ball.
I know the ballroom could be broken into.
Yeah, into three, but I think it's just the
So they
ballroom.
still kept the ball.
Yes,
Okay, good.
I
The
can't
one
wait for us
downstairs.
To be able to go see it.
yes.
Yeah.
So where the what's it
The
called?
cubby.
The cubby used
How
to
can
be.
you forget the cubby?
I know. I can see it. I can close my eyes. I can see it. But where it was, now there's a big like bar, and it's really nice.
I'm sure they.
Would that be a
yeah,
restaurant?
Totally.
They have, yes, they're gonna have a restaurant.
Nice.
In the same, actually the same footprint where the buffet used to be. So
Just on a related note, what about your neighbors?
that one is not open. We have been monitoring it on Expedia, on other channels, but it's not open yet. So we're not sure the status of that one.
Work in progress.
Yes. Very good. So, part of our leisure promotion, during the last, I would say 4 years now, we've been participating heavily with Texas Travel. It has proven to expand our reach and our budget. So things that we would not be able to do by ourselves, we can partner with Texas Travel, and so we can have further reach. And one of those is IPW. IPW is a massive event where you have travel agents, you have
Tour operators.
tour operators, wholesalers, everything that you want from the whole world. It's 3,000 to 5,000 people. It was here in San Antonio a couple of years ago. We had a booth there. It was wonderful. And so we keep partnering with Texas Travel to participate in IPW and have that personal conversation with different parts of the industry, especially from Mexico and Canada. That's what we're focused on. So Boyd was there this month. Of course, and I hope that you can join us next week, Friday at 10 a.m. at the arena.
Yes.
We have our Sister Cities opening ceremony, so I would like to officially extend an invitation to our advisory committee for that event, Friday at 10 a.m. at the St. Sarah Arena for the opening of our Sister Cities event.
And the race is that day too?
I'm sorry?
The race?
No, the race is on Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Yes, so this year we have a couple new things. So as you know, we have more than 200 vendors coming from all over Mexico. But this year and this is listening to what the advisory committee has mentioned in previous years of extending and expanding the event. This year, we're gonna have 2 new activities, which is we partnered with Querétaro and they're bringing their artisans to do Lele workshops. So as you know, Lele is a little doll with the ribbons. And so we are gonna have Querétaro artisans teaching us how to make leles. So if you haven't registered, please do go to our website because like spots are like few.
Yes.
There are a
What
few
do
left.
you have age restrictions, like if my teenage daughter wants to?
I think it's 14 and older.
Okay.
So yeah, and
How much is it?
$30. And it's 1 hour and they teach you how to make your own lele. And the other thing is we're going to have a 5K. Our very first Sister Cities 5K and 1 mile walk. So you'll see a lot of us there, actually walking and
Running?
running is hilarious.
We've already put in like 10 miles on Thursday, Friday, on Saturday.
Exactly. So we might look a little bit slower.
Burn through the resolutions already by then.
Yeah, we're like, oh, let me go to the other side.
You anticipate any problem with the visas and him crossing over with Trump?
No, we've been, and as you know, we work with Hispanic International, and they've done an impressive job making sure that all of our vendors are,
Fair.
yes, that they all have their documents, that they all
And
have.
well in advance, and that's
Exactly.
been a conversation when you're in the making, so.
Yes, and also kind of like creating this sense of safety and of as much as we can of calmness, because a lot of them are concerned. And we're like, no, you shouldn't be concerned. This is a city event. Everybody, we don't allow anybody that doesn't have the proper documentation. We don't allow anybody that doesn't do.
The history.
Exactly. We don't allow anybody that's importing products or not importing their products in the proper way. So everything that we do, we talk to the state controllers. We do everything by the book. So exactly. So we're very confident that there's nothing that might create any issues or put anybody in danger. So that's something that Hispanic International has been conveying to the exhibitors, that we have been conveying to the delegations. And so we have a lot of delegations coming. I think this is the most amount of delegations that we've ever had.
That's great.
And so, yeah, it's in terms of presidentes municipales and council members from other cities and all that. So we expect it to be
We
pretty
want
well
them to
attended.
spend their money here.
Yeah, two observations. One,
Yes.
when we did the very first Sister Cities, when I was here, we actually had Laredo, Spain. Is there any talk of possibly bringing them back for next year? 'Cause
We can reach out to them.
they are the original Laredo.
Yes, we can reach out to them certainly and start that conversation.
Right, since Placida says a year in the making, I thought, well, we've got a year for the next one. And the second one is, are we gonna be able to buy the T-shirts, or we
Yes,
have no T-shirts?
the
'Cause
T-shirt.
I was asking, Mari Carmen if I could buy it today, and she said,
We have them already packed and ready for the event, and so next week on Friday you'll be able to buy the T-shirt, the pink one, the lilac one that we had last year with the doll.
yes.
Those are going to be available for
So
sale.
then we can't pre-buy them now.
Do we have?
I don't think they've been entered on the system.
Okay, yeah. If you give us, hopefully we can see you all at the event on Friday. We can.
Well, I guess to wear it at the event on Friday, that's why I was hoping that we could.
Okay. Well, we can figure something out after the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. And then you have to hear about road tripping?
That's what she just mentioned.
Yes, this is, we are Austin, CBS Austin Road Tripping. We've been working with them for 10+ years, but it's been a while since we've had the host of the show coming in and doing the presentation from Laredo. And so we had Trevor Scott, wonderful, he's the host of the show, and he just had a blast here in Laredo. Going around.
You have to come down for Sister City one of these years.
Yes, I would love that. And we were talking because we ended up knowing some of the same people in Mexico, which is still makes the world. And so we were chatting, and so I think yeah, that invitation can certainly go out to them, and it's
the
exciting.
Tourism College, what is that about?
Okay, so Tourism College, and thank you for bringing that up. We had a very strong presence. Tourism College is an initiative by the Texas Trail Alliance. As you know, we're very involved in the Alliance. The Alliance, it's like the association of the tourism industry. Anybody that's in the tourism industry, venues, food and beverage, retail, hotels, anybody that's involved in the industry, amusement parks, water parks, sports teams, anybody that's involved in the industry should be part of this association, of this alliance. And so we are very involved. I've been part of the board going on 5 years, being part of the executive board a couple of years ago. And so it's truly something that helps us bring connection between the industry. And so in the initiative of Tourism College, and I think Placita and Paul were part of the first class or the first cohort. Or one of the first. Yeah, so it's a certification, it's a designation where you become a certified tourism executive after 3 years. So you have to do your 3 years, 1 week per year. And then after that, you have to do a capstone project.
And we ended from here. Who was enrolled in that from this?
So Placita has her CT, Joel has his CT, I have my CT, and as of last week, Reina has her CT.
Oh.
Yes. So so Reina is now our newest certified
tourism executive.
Yes. So we're really excited, and we're also really excited because Fidel is on his second year, so next year is gonna be his last year, and he should by then have his capstone ready for the next one. And Sofia is in her first year. And so as they move on, then we include Silke and so on. And so, and I also had the opportunity to, they invited me to do a class, to do a presentation on our Wheel the World initiative.
Oh,
So I was able to teach a class to the alumni group on inclusiveness, on destination inclusiveness.
do you have to sing the song too?
Is that real?
That was a very Gen X thing. Which we understood that.
Yeah, totally got it.
What are the social media stickers? I'm curious about that.
Okay, so Reina, do you wanna talk a little bit about the social media stickers?
That's also.
When you capture Instagram Insta stories or Facebook or any Snapchat, you can go and see the stickers to put in your Insta story. My colleagues use it. We have the Hola Laredo, the boat, and everything.
So before, when you were doing your Instagram post, you couldn't find anything that said Laredo. Or Laredo Heat is really good. They have a lot of stuff, but you couldn't find any other. Tabiu maybe, but you couldn't have you couldn't find the Laredo stickers or a logo or the Sister Cities doll. Now you can go in and when you're doing your post, you can search for.
You can select a
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you go when you're building it, you have like the way you can change your font, you have the way you can change the size, you can have stickers, you have music, so you go into that stickers option.
Mhm. Okay.
So now we're there.
Now you're there.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna bring up, I know, we were just talking about the Instagram and Facebook. When I go across to Nuevo Laredo, I walk across this, I don't have the patience to drive. But every time I cross, you know, the rounds that say Laredo,
Uh-huh.
there's always somebody there taking pictures.
Just shows
It's
the
usually
stickers.
someone, 22, 25,
Yeah.
always. And I was thinking, why don't we do that for Sister City in front, because I know you don't have your room. So Sister City, we brand it over and over, because all those kids are gonna post it.
We're going to do
Those
a
kids.
selfie.
Listen,
day.
all our kids.
People
Well,
do
what
it
did
too.
But what are they taking pictures of?
Everything's posted on social media, it's gonna reach all our friends, we're gonna get another audience.
We're
Because
actually
the
gonna,
average audience is, 30 on up, but I wanna get
They're
these
gonna
young people,
have
they spend
the Diane Lele, no?
we're gonna have, there's two things that we're gonna have.
You're gonna have a
There-
giant lily?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's already here. It got
Yeah. Oh my
yesterday.
God.
It's an inflatable lily.
Wow.
So Querétaro, and this is
Cool.
this is Reina. This is Reina's.
I got two real ones that
Okay.
are like 7 feet,
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
but they sell like that for restaurants.
Real ones?
Real ones.
These are
That's
Oh, the real
amazing.
people.
this
But they're
is
expensive, $100.
Is that on your social? Can we see pictures
I
of
think
it?
they're less than more than 1 hour, they just, and I ordered another one.
Right, as soon as they arrive, off the truck, click, click, click.
But I thought it was a great idea because, like the kids, 22.
we have several.
They got a lot of friends.
Yes.
And we target that audience.
So we have, last year, when we were doing Sister Cities, we completely agree with you. And so we were doing Sister Cities, we saw that Querétaro had brought an inflatable lele to San Antonio. And so Reina's like, I want it. And so part of the international relations program is we travel to Querétaro to do other stuff, economic development and tourism and all that. And so we had the opportunity to meet with Secretaria de Cultura de Querétaro, who's going to be here representing the governor.
Nice.
And so Rena was like, can we borrow the lele? And they said yes. So we have an 11-feet lele that's gonna be outside the arena for the duration of the festival. So that's great.
Can we
Put
put
over
something
to
beside Sister City, Laredo, the date?
we
So
could.
get all these
It's not branded
pictures.
Laredo.
I'll talk to you.
So when they get the picture and they post it, I was, it's this weekend, or it's today or tomorrow, and Laredo, wow, something to do,
And maybe put something like hashtag Hola Laredo,
Yeah.
Visit Laredo,
Visit Laredo,
and for,
It just
for a
takes
chance to
work to
win,
start
you know,
the chain.
And then
maybe a hat or
Yeah.
something small, that doesn't have to be.
we're also gonna have a selfie station.
Perfect.
So where our office usually is, where the shop usually is, there's gonna be a selfie station, and Sophia, do you wanna talk a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so we brought up this idea because we were looking at.
That happened to me earlier.
Oh, we did have one page.
Yes.
You have the space for it.
Yes,
So we were thinking of like sponsorship and like how we can like, bring them in and what would entice them to like sponsor the event. And having a photo booth and creating like a tangible item that someone can take home. Was a great idea for that. So we have a sponsor for the photo booth. Their logo's gonna come out, so that's gonna be a great opportunity for them because people are gonna be coming in, taking a picture and taking that home and also getting it digital. So they'll be able to post it like right automatically onto their social medias and all that good stuff. It's gonna say Sister Cities, and it's gonna have that logo that, of the sponsorship that purchased it. So it should be fun. We're gonna have like different props, so it should be really good.
That's another new.
Oh, like the ones that have parties and stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah, like
Are you
that.
gonna do 360 or 3 whatever?
Not the 360, but the one that
I
you
never
stand and you
understood
get
how the
the.
360 worked.
You get the one that you get the.
Going back to
I
the
think I
letters
told
that
her.
are by the bridge, are they part of the city, part of the CDB?
Yes, so it was a partnership between the CVB and the United South High School. So it's on the very first page
And
of the metal.
they're there to stay, right?
Oh, yeah, they're anchored into
You know, I was just
concrete.
wondering if it could be changed like with a removable sticker, like for Christmas, we have those,
Yeah.
so they keep taking pictures and pictures, and keep writing, Laredo.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another set at the sports complex, so we could look into something.
You know, like those cleans that you put for Christmas?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
stick real good, hard to take them off.
Yeah.
And you can either use them.
We had some made for IBC, and they're about 6 feet tall. They light up, and
Okay.
they're not portable, but they are movable. We
I like the idea because it's sending a message to that age group that
Yeah.
we have stuff for Christmas, we have stuff for these things, we
Uh-huh.
have stuff for the Puertos. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, there's nothing to do with Laredo.
Yeah.
Ours change colors.
Yeah.
So the lighting changes colors, and it's got the panel, like you said, it's got.
Yeah, what is your second IBC or?
Yeah, it says IBC, but we use them, and we kind of like, we're gonna use them at a golf tournament, we're gonna put them out on the golf course, and we're gonna light those up.
That's a great idea.
And they're solar operated. So-
Wow.
Even better.
So
You can put them anywhere you want.
Yeah, or even having, even if it's plastic or something durable, portable letters that you could take, for example, for Sister Cities.
For our sister cities, we rent them,
Um,
but we'll look into some
You
of
have some very
them.
nice ones that you rent,
Yeah.
because I've seen what you've done with those letters.
Yeah.
With
We
the
have the
flowers
ones-
inside and all
yes.
that, those are great.
Right,
We
but
rent
at
those.
least- But at least we could have something that we own, that we could take, hey, the consulate is having a Yesi Stays thing, and we could have.
We'll look into all those.
You can do that for the future.
Right,
Yeah, the
yeah,
future.
yeah,
Do you
no,
remember
thank
the-
you.
Do you remember the Laredo? Were you there at CVB when I made that?
The
Yes.
La Quinera?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I made that from scratch.
No, the backdrop.
The pink one with the
Well, it was
Laredo.
Trajinera inspired.
You also
yes.
have it? They still use it?
I don't know.
We have it, we lent it to the Center for the Arts every year. We
Okay.
basically save it for the Center for the Arts every year.
Oh, okay.
Or have we given it to
Have the
them already?
ribbons
Yeah.
and the flowers.
Yeah.
No, we still have it, right? Yeah, we still have it, but the Center for the Arts is the one that usually uses it for, Yeah,
We didn't have a budget.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have a budget.
We did not have a.
but it looked really nice.
No,
It
if I
didn't look
can,
like a trajinera.
if I can add something to y'all's chores to maybe think about, either maybe thinking with Webb County Heritage or other partners, because San Fernando, almost every, like, Thursday through Sunday, they have in partnership with the city of San Antonio and the Alamo and God knows who else, they have the Texas Saga, where they have the history of San Antonio and Texas projected onto San Fernando. And it's a big draw.
Yeah, I think Daphne Foundation did something like that for the 270 on the Republic of the Rio Grande Museum.
But make it
Yeah.
part of the, something that we could have going on during the weekends. And when the new bishop comes, I'm thinking might be amenable.
Yeah.
To do it on the cathedral?
Yes, because
Okay.
I mean, they've done it in San Fernando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. They've done a lot.
I have another example. About 10 years ago, Placita had organized a photo op at my store. You brought in like maybe 8 young girls, and they dressed up in blouses and they pretend like they're shopping. I think you used a lot of clothes over and over.
Yeah.
And I remember, and they kept coming back, those girls, and they told other friends. So it's an untapped, and I remember over here, one girl said, I thought this stuff was for grandma, you know? They didn't realize there's stuff out there for men.
That's so cute.
And now a few of them with their kids coming by.
Oh, wow.
That they say, it's out there for 10 years.
Oh,
See, it's an untapped market that
yes.
it's might be there that we can bring
Yeah.
in.
And we had, this is our new, version,
Yeah.
let's say.
Well, yeah, this photo's kind of like this, they put on Mexican outfits. And
Yes.
you all dress them
They
and
were in the
Yeah.
store,
Yes.
yeah, they
Yeah.
did their makeup and their hair.
And then-
Yeah.
we
Sorry.
reach so much benefit out of that. I mean, I'm glad to
That's great to hear, and they had a
But
lasting
they told
impact.
their friends,
Mhm.
and they were like shocked that there was stuff that's appealing to them. They never thought, they just said, oh, yeah, source bought for grandma, you know.
Yeah.
Now, piggybacking on that, we've got the taco trail, we've got the coffee tour. Given the fact that we've got a lot of these popping up, a boutique trail maybe for the holidays, where you could contact, for example, Bejeweled, Dragonflies, Las Adelitas, any other, Regina, even, I mean, they can be all over the place, they can be, I'm sure there's some nice boutiques in downtown, but maybe just have some sort of a boutique trail where it's helping the local economy, it's mostly, women-owned businesses. And that would be something pretty good for the holidays.
Very good, thank you.
And moving
Great,
on,
great,
I was gonna ask you about the Visit Laredo blog and podcast. That sounds interesting. What are you doing with that?
Thank you. So before that, if I may, Mr. Chair, just really quick, we had Summer Paisano. Summer Paisano Caravan, we had around 200 vehicles coming in. So it was a
That already
smaller,
happened?
yes.
Yeah.
It was mid-June. It was a small operation, but we had good results. The Laredo blog and podcast, I'm gonna pass the microphone to Silke.
Yes.
Sweet. Yeah, so I update our blog pretty much every 2 weeks, and then just to showcase what we're offering. The last post we did was like songs about Laredo, which was really, popular. We got a few comments on that one. We haven't updated this month just because we're transitioning to a new website, so we're trying to get that fixed. But that'll be up and running. But usually it's just stuff that I can do, like shopping in Laredo, or spend a whole day in Laredo, and I give a list of what you can do in Laredo, or kind of like instead of doing like a come with me like a blog, I do it writtenly. So I do that for the blog. And then for the podcast, I usually focus on locals. This last time we had Saludos, who's also the owner of Print Express, and I just pretty much focus on what it is to open a business in Laredo, and like the positive outcomes of it, and then how hard it is, and like how that pretty much shaped him, and like how the business grew, which was phenomenal. I didn't know how that business like started, which was great. He started from his garage, so I was shocked. And then we had the Glorias, which also did pretty well. We've been getting pretty good feedback, especially on, I was surprised that we got good feedback on Apple, and then we got good feedback on Spotify. And our higher users are through web, which is surprising, not through mobile. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. I'm trying to.
Do you think people put it on while they're at their desks?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. At least that's what some of my friends told me. Like, oh, I put my headphones in. I know she listens to it when she's driving, so I get feedback from her all the time. But yeah, I'm trying to focus
But that
more.
type of user would show up as a mobile user, wouldn't it?
Yes, that's a mobile user, yeah. And then this month I'm going to be organizing my content. We want to focus more on like specific niches of the city, like downtown, what we can do with downtown restaurants, and have more people on the podcast, because I saw that kind of helped to have more than one person and have that engaging conversation. So we're doing that, and then hopefully We get the equipment soon, we already ordered it, so we're gonna start doing live podcasts. And we're gonna upload them on YouTube to get that YouTube content going and get that US side
So I
up
expect
and
you're
running.
helping with that part of it?
Yeah, and especially with the caravans and everything.
Well, no, but
No,
with
the YouTube, yeah.
Well,
You
I'm
may
a
produce
content.
it.
I get used to it.
We have,
Sam has a vast treasure
Yes.
trove of experience with
Yeah.
broadcast.
we're very lucky right now that we
You
have.
have a great dynamic.
Yeah, Jose has vast experience
Yes.
with TV and radio and
He's a great
journalism.
writer.
Sophia is a photographer. Fidel is a coach. Plus, the rest of the staff that has years of experience, like Brenda,
Yes.
Monica, and so Silke also has a lot of experience with media. So I think we have a great
Yes.
team.
Silke, excuse me, have you featured, La India?
I have not, that's one on the list.
Yes.
Just for like local restaurants, I'm trying to gather.
Are
like-
you doing that business because, I heard you, you just talked about the guy from Saludo starting out of his garage, but this one,
La India
La
story.
India story, I mean, it's beyond a restaurant.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's still housed in the same place after 100 and something years.
Yeah, we work with them a lot. We worked with them for a scavenger hunt we had, and they were really excited to partner with us, so I know they, in a heartbeat, would do it.
And they
Thank you.
Oh yeah, Cookie Bakery too, we love Cookie Bakery. We had such a fun time doing that.
Cynthia, you're doing a great job with the
Yeah.
podcast. I think it would be great if more people would know about it, like, so
Yes.
let's market it a lot,
Yes.
so, you know,
So
more
that's-
people know about it.
Well,
Yeah.
how about putting a link on the city's official Facebook page, on the City of Laredo's Facebook page, because
That would do, yeah, we spoke about promoting it more. I kind of just wanted to get a feel of what to do and what really works first, and then kind of like, okay, we've launched it, we have these 4 episodes, listen to them and see if you like them, and then like see what we have next. So that was kind of like my idea as a marketing and media specialist, I guess. So yeah, so I think promotion is very, very important, and just
That
tagging
sounds
who loves
really
it.
cool.
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, I love it. I love it. I enjoy
If
it.
you all could share it with us moving forward, because I know how things are, you just get started, you just want to get it out, but I know that on our end, I've made it a practice, part of our SOP is to, when we're about to put a post, we share, we let people know ahead of time, this is about to go up, or this, we're gonna do this blog, go check it out. And we send an email with a link like that, they can all start, and that helped our data, our numbers increased dramatically.
Yeah.
Because people started opening it up, or they started sharing, it's like, they move things on further. But you're right, to your point, you kind of do it, and I know your part, because I know you're like exhausted after doing it, it's like, okay, I just want to put it out.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
Even
you
a-
see, the Alamo has their
It's a lot of work.
podcast on
It's a lot of work.
YouTube.
Yes.
So they have, that's how I listen to podcasts.
That's the, when we get the video equipment, that's
Right,
the
no,
idea.
But they don't have it like the video, they just have like the Alamo
The audio?
graphic, and it's just the audio.
So we have Apple, we have iHeart, we have Amazon, and we have Spotify.
Okay.
So we're on the major 4.
Yeah, because I'm pretty much old school, I mean,
Oh.
if it's on YouTube, I'll just plug it in
It's easier.
and listen to it.
Yeah. That's a good idea though. I should probably
Yeah,
try doing that.
I guess what you could do, just so you can get a sample of it, the Alamo podcast is called Stories Bigger Than Texas. There's no video, just the Alamo graphic,
Mhm.
and they won an award for their podcast.
Oh, good. Wow, that
And
is
so,
good.
but just,
I'll
you know,
have to-
no visual, just the audio, and it's
Yeah,
very important.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you for checking.
Thank
You'll
you
get
for
a big
that.
audience.
We're looking
Yeah,
forward
no.
to seeing it, thank you for that.
No, thank you. And if you have any tips or any recommendations, please let me know. You know where to find me.
Thank you.
And if you want to come out on the podcast, looking
Okay.
at you, and I'm looking at you. He already had a photo credit. So
Sorry, okay.
he was our
Good.
first one.
Oh, I was? Oh, wow.
So I would like to move on to, just to wrap up, because I know Ms. Plasta has to leave. Thank you, Silke. The Casa Laredo trade show participation, right now, you want to say a few words?
We're working with Covention and the Desarrollo Económico from Monterrey, so they participated in some expos that they already have. So they partnered with them and we have more exposure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as I mentioned, the budget, we're in the tail end of the year. So you'll see that marketing for the most part, Sika and Reina and Beatriz have done, and also Sophia was in there a part of the year, have been really good about going through the projects and getting things done. Personnel, I mean, we're at that time of the year, and administration. So as I mentioned, we have the moratorium, we have the budget freeze, but it shouldn't affect our mission critical activities.
Yeah, it's kind of strange with the budget freeze, even though the city is not getting money from the general fund.
We usually get bundled as part of it,
Right.
but it's a common practice.
Okay.
It's always happened.
No.
Yeah,
It's being part of the team.
yeah.
That's true.
Performance summary?
Yeah, page 13 through 15, it's a performance summary. I don't know if y'all have any questions. This month, and I apologize, we're in the craziness before Sister Cities, and I did not have time to make it look pretty, like I always do.
Very pretty. It looked very simple, it's to the point. I like that, actually.
You like this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I just saw
I'll do
that,
this.
but it's
So this is how it comes from the
less
tool.
is more.
Yeah, this is how it comes from the tool, and so this is the summary from our Sardico tool. It has the same information that you see every month in the other report. It's just, it comes from the tool directly. And so,
Wow, for the Miami people, was it leisure, conference, business?
that we don't have.
That's
that
kind of an
available.
anomaly.
Yes, so we usually have some sort of anomalies. Every month we have one or two cities that, like for example, Atlanta is a common one that we see every year, every month. But Miami is it's a rarity for sure. We cannot know to that detail why we're there here, because we cannot see identifiers.
Right.
But we monitor every month. If we see that Atlanta keeps coming, then we know that our marketing efforts should go over there. If we see Miami keeps coming, then we'll.
Well, right now, I think
address.
there's people through the logistics channel, there's a lot of people coming in to look at our business here on the border. I know that we hosted some people, and they literally were flying in from London, from Italy, and Canada, and Miami actually. But it's funny because it's like, you don't expect people after they spend the night there. And that's the other thing that, sometimes we do have to recommend hotels with certain amenities. And I don't know, is there anything, and I was gonna end it in the announcement section, because I was going to ask, is there a guide that gives more details besides going to the website? On hotels? What's the best way, what do you recommend is the best way to look?
To look at like hotels, usually what people tend to do is go to a third party and do the search there, because that's where you can gather information from everyone, right? I think you guys have a section, right, but it doesn't give you details, it just give you like the contact and that's it. But to see amenities, I think usually you go to TripAdvisor or Expedia or, and just, it's becoming more and more obsolete. TripAdvisor in a way, like now it's a lot of Google and ChatGPT. Yes. I've been hearing a lot of people, putting on ChatGPT, I need a hotel in Laredo that has this and this and this and this. And now it's, it's giving you like the feedback of where to stay and where to go. And we have some people saying, we choose this hotel. It's okay, that's a new one. But it's the new, it's what is coming, right? It's a new way. But right now.
Yeah, when people travel, like we have people coming in and out now a lot. And like we have some people from Visa that are coming in for their they're gonna come and give it's gonna be an event. Anyway, but But of course, they ask for certain things, and it's like their secretary's calling for their bosses.
And you can always call us and we can do that legwork for you.
Well, to tell you the truth, what I did was that I just went myself and asked for the hotel to give me a tour. And it's funny because when you start talking about amenities, some things are not working, some things are not available, and I get it,
Yes.
that happens everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, okay, you said you had this, you had the gym is not a good gym,
Yeah.
it's this, it's like.
So Fidel and Sofia do, Fidel and Sofia go every month to a couple of different properties. So they have a good perspective of what hotels have what. They visit with the staff from the hotel. So if you have any questions and we can be of any assistance, let us know. We have two people.
And a lot of the tourists, they focus a lot on location.
Yes.
Location matters a lot. Sometimes they're not looking for amenities, they're looking for location. Like I know in the area that we are, we have, the airport, we have the arena, we have the tecos, we have a lot of things around. I would recommend, when they ask for golf, we have the Casablanca. So
And then the other question is, Sandra mentioned that, beyond that, who is offering shuttle or van services here?
Everyone.
No, but I mean, like to rent, like a general.
Oh,
Enterprise, National.
Yeah.
They don't.
It's because they are always,
They don't have what
they're
they
always
don't
sold
have.
out.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
have
Like
a
the
fun.
full 15 passenger? Is
Like
that?
a 15, and we had a horrible
have to order it.
situation where we rented some, a
Uh-huh.
private one.
Yeah.
It had no air conditioning. We literally had two little fans. And it was $3,000 to rent it.
that's terrible.
What we would do for Burning Festival
For that price.
is we would get in touch with Enterprise months before. And so we would tell them like,
And
hey, we're gonna,
they bring them in.
yeah, they bring
From
them
other
from.
Now, El Metro used to rent the buses, and I think maybe they could rent El Metro, maybe they could rent one of the local.
For a Metro, there's certain rules. Yeah, yeah.
And finally, my last resort for this last one, they drove in, not even Enterprise could get it for me, but they drove in from out of town, the rental people. I got them from Arlington.
Yeah.
Do I know that's difficult? I had to rent some of the vehicles before, and Laredo it's difficult to find vehicles.
Especially around this time, like families really rent them out.
Yes,
And they
yes.
take them like for 2-3 weeks, so if you have a float of 10 vans, it goes like this.
I was even thinking of buying like 3 of them, it's like, it's hard to, nobody, I mean, it was so hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried, I mean, we were like, at that point, we were like, money's no object, we just need the vans, and we had to transport like 75 people. So we needed several to move from one place to another and then back again, and some were going to a hangar, some
We
were
used
going
to
to the
rent them
airport.
for the teams, sometimes for the teams and always a hard time, so we ended up buying
Yeah,
2-3 vans. and-
Sounds like somebody needs to start a business.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
that one and rentals,
That's an
rentals
opportunity.
is very,
Very smart.
there's 2 people that are doing it, and they're always like, I'm sorry, I'm booked.
I would still get information from El Metro anyway, just to see if that, I mean, I realize that they've got restrictions and policies and what
Well, they have
have you.
you're right, because but they do have new vehicles now, they just announced, that's pretty recently.
Yeah, and we can also share we have, like buses, contact for buses, bus rentals, because we do rent buses.
Even they're from out of town. huh?
Yeah, we rent with some locals and out-of-town companies, so we'll share that information.
They don't have small vehicles, no? They only have, what's this?
El Metro?
Cougar?
Cougar, yeah, Cougar doesn't have, most of them don't have smaller vehicles, they have buses, but if you're moving 75 people, that might be enough.
And so, my last question on the same
Yes.
topic is, do we have a list of conference centers and what they offer? Like, in other
Conference,
words,
meeting
like this-
spaces?
Yeah, like this ballroom
Yes.
has 300, this ballroom has 200.
Yes.
There is
Yes,
a
we do.
catalog or
Yes.
something like that? Okay.
We
Is that
have a
something-
meeting planner guide, and so we can share that with you.
That was one of the biggest sins the city did was to sell the civic center, because that,
Yeah, in the meeting planner guide, we have, the details of, the meeting spaces and, like, that's what we take to when we go sell. It's like, this is what we have, this is what we offer in Laredo. So it gives you all the information.
It's available online, right? You can download it?
You can download it, or
It is
if you
available
don't
on
want to
the
go get.
website?
And Fidel.
No, it's on the
It's
website.
on the website. It's on the website.
Yeah, it's the annexes on the list.
I know, now I have to go look for it after, sometimes it's just people asking because they're starting their own thing. It's like, I have to go look for it,
The second,
download it.
line underneath the,
Like she said,
Whatever,
it's
whatever.
okay, the second line, is that how much you're spending, on a hotel?
This is top 10 origin markets by visitation with their
Right.
spend.
But there's two bars that radiate from
Ah.
the destination.
This is visitor percentage of total
Okay.
and visitor spending percentage of total.
Oh,
So
okay,
that's the
thank you.
second bar?
Uh-huh, the
Yes.
spending is the
Percentage
second
of
part,
total?
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'll
And
leave
then,
most of the time.
before we go, just one thing, so there's not gonna be a presence tomorrow at the county market because it's a holiday.
Correct, correct.
Okay, but y'all are gonna promote it.
Yes, we've already been,
Good.
Yeah, we
yes.
just promoted it at 9.
Okay,
It's
okay.
already
So
up on social
I'll
media.
be there because I have a piece and.
Oh, you got a checkbook?
How
I
exciting.
got a checkbook, I got a
Okay.
checkbook.
And then the other, has the diocese contacted you at all about August?
Fidel has been in contact with the diocese.
Okay,
Yes.
because it's not on there, it's not on the.
Because this is activities that are our
Oh,
activities. So
Okay.
if it's an activity that we're
Thank
servicing
you.
somebody else,
Thanks.
we're servicing somebody
Ah,
else,
okay.
it's not in there.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I wanted to add that next month we will present, we've been working on a new program called Leisure. We know that most of our,
No, it's two of the same.
most of our, do you have, we're missing.
No,
No,
that's fine.
it's, no,
Keep-
this is
Fidel is-
police and this is
Yes,
sports.
they're different ones.
Fidel is getting another one.
Yeah.
So,
Very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
we understand that we are, and we know that we are primarily a business traveler destination. And so we want to make sure that we are taking advantage in a good way of that. And so we're starting a program, we're informally calling it leisure, but it's converting business travelers to leisure travelers. So we're gonna focus on how we can talk to that business traveler, how we can talk to that government traveler that's already here, that we can transform into a leisure traveler. And so that's something that we are working on. We've already presented the idea to our, to management, and so we'll be bringing more details in our next meeting.
Correct?
Yeah, it's a great initiative because it's something that is becoming very, very popular and
Yeah.
it's being, that word is actually used, among business travelers. And so, I think if we can show all of it together in one place, like a guide for our visitors, that would be, a good way to start. Because in a way, we're already doing it, right? Like,
Yes.
that's what we do. And again, hotels can be, a great partner with you guys because we're the ones that are seeing those
Yes.
business travelers, right?
Yes.
So, tell us how, what to do, what to promote, and I think,
I want to
It's
talk
awesome.
to you about that because what we're
I
doing
do
on
too.
our, sorry?
I want to talk to y'all about it too. So when we get a chance to.
Yes, I'll bring
Um,
I'll send you all the program beforehand so we can, start
Or
the
maybe you can
conversation.
set
Yes,
appointments
we could.
with us or
Yeah,
something.
yes.
Because I'd like to involve my boss.
Very good,
Because
yes.
we have to literally sell ourselves to our own company.
yes.
Okay,
That's what we have to do.
okay.
And with us,
And so it's a very interesting quandary.
Yeah.
It's just, I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
Yes.
very good. No, that sounds great.
and with us, I'd love to bring our tri-regional to Laredo.
That would be awesome.
The only thing that's killing us is the lack of real jet service, but we're only 30 people, so I don't think.
That shouldn't be an issue. For 30 people, we brought 500 for, what was it? Lulac?
Oh, yes.
So we should be able to service. the
And I
people.
still want to bring the Society for Catholic Liturgy here, and that's about 100 people, so.
Those are all in our range, so.
Okay, so that was part of the discussion. Any other discussion?
No, can I move to adjourn?
Second?
Very good.
All in favor?
Aye.
In favor.